Oh dear! Hang on.
What the
A
fucking
premium
hell has
account
he come with?
So apparently, I can't go live on Twitter anymore.
No, Elon's had enough of you.
Apparently,
there we go. You see, 1-2 weeks you've been in, and you've ruined Twitter already. See,
Well,
this is going to be so much easier now.
That's this
Good
guy
evening.
down here. He looks like a tech bro. Look at him.
He does look like a tech bro. Mike, you've got access to the Twitter account. Can you just tell everybody that will be on YouTube?
Yeah.
We might get an accurate description of our views now. Good evening, everybody. Actually, let's Mike, tell me when you're done, and then we'll do proper introductions and stuff. Bruce,
In case people have forgotten who we are in the close seats.
Bruce looks like the recently fired member of Trump's Secret Service. old 18 months, year and a half. How is everybody? What have you got there, Bruce? I can't hear you if you are talking.
On mute. He's on mute.
There we go.
Third time's a charm.
For those of you, I'll shoot you with me grout cleaner. How are you? All right?
I'm good, my friend. I am good. I'm slightly better than Joe Biden, but I'm good.
Have we moved on to American politics now?
Hang on. Shall we?
That's a good decision, I think, Bruce. I don't think we need any reflections on British politics in the last few weeks. There's nothing.
I don't want to talk about any
Why?
politics.
Something gone on?
This is a politics. No, this is nothing. This is politics free. This podcast.
Well, don't worry. Sorry,
Imagine
sir.
this.
Look, we will. We'll start the whole thing. We'll do the theme tune, and then we'll properly have a chat.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got a penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal. You can't mention strength like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DN35 podcast. Let's do some introductions. Please welcome back. Give it up for Sam. Welcome back, Sam.
Hey!
When does it go into abuse? Where's the line?
Look, for anybody who's worried about Sam, how old are you?
I'm 24.
He's 24 and he's worked in Parliament. He has had far better job opportunities coming his way than any of us will have had at the age of 24. So do not feel sorry for Sam. He has just been thrown unceremoniously off the gravy train and put into employment. How is it being a scrounger of the state, Sam? Are you enjoying it?
I'm still on. We're still winding up we're winding up the office currently. I'm spending my days.
That'll take 6 months, won't it? Full pay. Get a fucking job, you lazy layabout.
How many people does it take to take a map of Britain down? The poster off the wall.
They've got all their cinder blocks from HS2 in the office that they've got to get rid of.
Someone's got to shred all those contracts, haven't they?
I spend my days now writing cover letters and like the 450 of the rest of us that were out.
Sam's also got to ask: does anyone want to buy any N95 masks? He's got.
I'll tell you what I've still got. Hold on.
got a garage full of.
I've still got these bloody things left over from the election. If you want to kind of look at that immortalised in literature.
We're allowed to know who you worked for now, are we?
We are allowed to know who you work for now. Yeah, I'm not bothered about that.
Well, he does it because he doesn't work for him anymore, I guess.
Yeah. No, I don't work. Well, I don't work for them anymore.
So what happens now? Does like Edward Lee walk around like a scout at a Sunday League match, like pinching the best players, or do you all have to stay?
Yeah, we are a bit. So what happens? So if you're empty your seat, then you do. Then your job is retained. But there's a
so they don't get to get the good ones.
Is that when the retain list comes out? Like a day after the election,
so
retained.
Retained. I was released, and I was not offered a new contract. I got Harry Clifton. I got Harry Clifton.
Old Ladapo over here. Trialist A.
No. So, but I don't know what I'm going to. Anyway, I'm not sure anybody wants to hear about what I want to do with my job career in the immediate future. We're here to talk about Grimsby Town losing
and the promotion.
Can I ask a question? What's his? I have a guess about what his hashtag is on his name. What's it stand for, Bruce?
Give Sam a job.
So if there's anybody out there that needs somebody for anything in particular, he's very willing. Get in touch with Alex.
I was hoping to make a really, really nice. What do they call it when it's all the start of the first letters? Is it an acronym? I was hoping. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to spell out twat or something?
Yeah, but it starts. A G and an S isn't the best way to form a word, is it? I suppose I could say give our Sam something. God.
Tory without a. I can't work out what would be the T. Tory without a trajectory.
Twat.
Anyway, we said we were stopping that, didn't we? So that's the hashtag anyway. But
Bruce,
I'm knackered.
The great thing is we get to talk about York even more. Not to talk to us about bloody York in the last few weeks. I hate that place now.
Before we start, I don't think
Sam's not going for re-election.
Even they've been moved out of the city, haven't they?
Yeah, they're now in. They were actually in. They had a sort of. So it was one of the gang campaign team's like birthdays yesterday, and I said, "Oh, they're playing Grimsby. You can come up and watch them." And I thought, no, I'll stay down.
I don't want to stick on too much politics, but it is 40% of our content. What was your majority before going into the election?
Our majority going into the election was 9,985. Notionally, it was just up to about 14,000, given the boundary changes we had. But we can talk about this all. They like a reform vote going here, Lib Dem votes collapsing. We got
You lost an entire Blundell Park.
Yeah, we lost an entire Blundell Park. Yeah.
You're now looking for a job, Sam. I think we need to have a word about how you sort of present things, because you said your majority was 9,000. You then made it even worse by saying, but technically we could say it's 14. Like, why volunteer that information?
I don't know.
He's doing an interview. Well, I went to school, but I didn't turn up.
That number, Sam, doesn't equate to the number of doors that you knocked on by any chance, does it?
Do you have a time for me to speak to you about Michia Fete?
No, I didn't come across. There was one Town fan I found during. Well, I presume he was a Town fan because he had a UTN on his car, on his van.
Up the Minsters.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't in now because obviously he wasn't in because all good Conservatives are going to work. But
not the recent politicians, aren't they?
So Sam,
what are you doing tomorrow, Sam?
What am I doing tomorrow?
Are you going to work?
I'll just check my diary. Yeah, I've got.
Do you know that? And I've said this before, that the person that sends you the most messages on Twitter or on WhatsApp during a day is Sam. And until then, he had a job. What's he going to be like now who doesn't have a job? You send him a message and reply within like 30 seconds, whatever time of day it is.
Did you notice that stopped during the campaign and all of a sudden I didn't reply?
Not really.
Well, I stopped messaging you, to be honest, mate. I felt sorry for you.
And I muted you both.
That's amazing.
I
forgot
muted
you
Mike
did that,
during the I muted Mike during the campaign. I've unmuted him now.
I muted Sam as well.
I've unmuted you both as well. Even though Mike's retweeting other stuff now that's borderline whether I'm interested or not.
Anyway,
But
can we
things
not
about
get
town,
away from
isn't
the
it?
fact? Can we not get
Can
away
I-
from what the fuck are you wearing, Bruce?
Yeah, so Bruce, for anyone who's not on watching us live, which you should, he is wearing a black shirt, sunglasses indoors, and a black hat. As I said, he looks like he's just recently been fired from Trump's protection detail.
I'm just coming out the garden. We bought Maisie a goal, right? Or Maisie bought herself a goal with her Christmas money that she'd held on to
Bloody
until
July,
quite recently.
Maisie.
I know.
You made her
I
use
know.
her Christmas money.
Yes.
Oh.
And she bought a goal, and our garden isn't massive, but we needed a decent sized goal. And there's two problems being created. The first one is it's my own doing, but we've only got the one child. She wants to play football in the garden all the time. I'll be laid on the settee. Can you just come out for 10 minutes? No. And eventually, you all know what it's like. You get worn down. Anyway, we go out there. Our garden isn't massive. She's getting quite good at football. I'm in goal. She's shooting from about no more than 8 yards away.
Got a
Have you
black
seen them,
eye,
have you
haven't
seen them videos? Seen them videos where got black eye. You see those videos where they're just like the whole team for a joke are all hammering balls at one of the players or something. It's like that. I'm just in the goal, just sort of spinning around, just sheltering and cowering from the ball. So yeah, I'm not sure how much she's getting out of it or I'm getting out of it because I'm certainly not I'm certainly not saving many. But you said it was a holiday pod, so I've come straight from the beach.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
And I haven't put any gel in my hair either. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What,
but I'm not saying those jokes anymore. This is retreating quicker than Town's back
So you
line.
all having a nice holiday? Have the kids broken up? Those of you that have got kids, are they finished now?
Yeah,
Oh,
finished on Friday, mate.
Next week.
Oh, you're in Surrey, that's why, isn't it? Is
Yeah,
it Tuesday?
yeah. No, it's Sunday, mate.
No. God.
Oh,
How many minutes
Why are
have
you
we done now?
outside? Why are you outside? Are you trying to do a Bruce?
I thought I'd do a Bruce. It's a summer pod. I wanted to do something a little bit different, and also it's also where I hang most of the tools and store my tools. So that room tends to be a shithole. So I came out here because it's quite nice, and I've got a nice table and chairs now.
Should we do some football at some point?
Not really.
Yeah, we're not very good from people who went yesterday. Told me.
Did we work out how many players we've signed since we did the last pod? Because that was my concern yesterday, wasn't it? That we need to make sure we cover the right content.
So let's just do some
wait,
introductions.
I do have a list.
Can someone tell me what players we've signed? It's unlike me. This normally I'm all over this kind of thing, but I was a bit distracted during the close
We've got
season.
plenty of time to catch up.
Do you want me to tell you who we've got? The players we have, this current squad.
Well, can I do an
sorry.
introductions for everybody that said hello first, so they don't
Okay.
feel left out? So Stephen McDay
Somebody
says, "Evening, guys, from a scorch in Italy." Daniel Lewis says, "Evening, chaps." Kyle Talbot says, "Blue Square Army." Carl is already starting on the positivity. Grimbo says, "Evening." Tacklebury says, "Evening, all. How's your off season been?" Beautiful. I have not had to watch any Town. I don't know about any of the rest of you.
Some of us have
Sam's
had
is
better
probably a
ones than
bit
others.
better. Yeah.
I've had a great close season.
Luke says evening and likes my sunny outside setup. Grimbo says Sam looks like he's in a classroom. He's always in there. It's that is a poster that he's going to keep for posterity. Daniel Lewis says Mrs. beat Bruce up. I was wondering that as well, but Bruce can always, message us if he's in trouble. Bruce, have you been at a Honey G concert or are you still hungover? My sister says Costa del Surrey there, Alex. Danny Lewis says he's lying. It's a green screen. It is. It's just inside the. Actually, no, I can do that, so you can tell I'm not in the closet.
Not in the broom
And
cupboard.
yeah, and then Rob.
It's like Titanic.
Rob says, "Draw me like one of your French girls, Mike."
Mike, let him get to the front and stick his arms out, and we'll just push him.
Yeah, I ain't fucking holding you. Off you go. What are you doing, you silly bastard?
Boat's already started going down.
Yeah.
Well, you two
Bow
need to be
first.
on. Tacklebury says, "I love this time of year. It's still optimistic for the new season." I think that went yesterday. Tacklebury, I think we can win the league until I realise we're going to be in a relegation fight. And Andrew Nile says, "Evening from a scorching Caister."
I mean, you're not optimistic when we're fielding loads of trialists 2 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks before the season starts.
More
Is that ever
trialists
any
than the
different, though? Is that ever any different? I don't think it is.
more
You never know
trialists
it
than the
is.
Supreme Court. Oh, I like that one.
What league are York in?
National.
Conference.
What league are Boston in?
Conference.
Conference North.
No,
No, they're in the
Conference.
conference.
Got promoted.
Did
beat
they?
Scunny.
Oh, they beat Scunny, didn't they? Yeah.
This has happened in the summer,
Right.
Sam. You may have been
Right.
busy.
Right. I didn't go yesterday. I haven't seen any of pre-season, right? But when we beat Boston the other night, I haven't looked, but I've seen some people say that people were having a meltdown about yesterday. I didn't see everyone saying we were going to get promoted after we beat Boston comfortably the other night. So when we lose to York, you need to have the same level-headed approach.
And
It's
yeah,
sort
People saying that Fred Ladapo was going to tear up the league and score 25 goals, having looked quite good against Boston. I did see some of that.
it's always an odd one, isn't it? 'Cause I think I said to you chaps yesterday that we're still quite disjointed. You know, we're playing trialists and got a lot of injuries to first team players. So we've not really picked a squad that you'd think, oh, you know what, that looks like something that could start the season. So I think to draw conclusions on games that in essence are still having lots of changes and lots of disruption to them because of who we're picking, I think it's a bit of a fool's job to do. Now, you can look at the players we've signed and who we've got and where
I
we've
love
got.
how we've
and-
gone serious so quickly.
Sorry,
It's
mate.
amazing.
But you
That's
could-
all right.
You could
We
look at who
noticed
we've
we-
got and
We're
where
15
we've got
minutes
them,
in.
and you can make a bit of a guess that I think we're a bit light in these certain areas. But to look at performances at the minute, I think it's a bit pointless, to be honest.
The
Are
only
we
thing I would
signing
say
Lenny?
is-
Is Lenny coming back?
is the the best preseason I think we ever had was the one before 2009, 2010, didn't we, Bruce? Didn't we?
I
We
was
beat
like
Winston,
somebody this-
when we beat Winston 12-0, whenever it was that season.
Yeah, we
Well, I've
hammered
been
everyone.
sharing videos the last few days. We went down to the Southwest and won that tournament, didn't we?
Yeah,
we
bit
beat,
of
we, beat, we beat Yeovil and we beat somebody else and
Rushton and
Diamond.
Diamond.
Rushton, and like you say, and then that was our first time out of the league in 99 years or something after that. So yeah, I don't think pre-season means too much. I am going to take some learning of the players though, because we've got I don't really. I'm a bit like Sam, and I have paid a little bit of attention, but my sort of I read the name, I read the article, where they've come from, and then it's gone within about 5 minutes. So it's going to take a little bit of learning. I have booked a hotel for Fleetwood, though. I assume you'll be going, Sam.
No, I'm not going. I'm at my mum's 60th birthday that day. I'm missing the first day of the season.
What's Auntie Lunch doing?
Auntie Lunch is going. Yeah, Auntie Lunch is going.
Yeah, well,
Can eat Sam's mum, she's not going to the party.
She's got a priority.
No. But my mum's having a series of births. She's basically having a birth rather than having a birthday. She's having a 60th birth 4 months. So she's having a
that's
series.
woman thing. That's a woman thing, mate. That.
Yeah, so she's having one side of the family, then her mates, then. Anyway, that's one of the do's. So I'm not going to Fleetwood. Have they moved? They haven't moved Fleetwood, have they? They haven't moved it to anything because I'm not sure.
No, it's 3 o'clock on the
No,
Saturday.
it's still near Blackpool.
Sam, is this like a strategy lots of you do, or is it just the fact parts of your family absolutely despise each other and you have to do it? Who has
No,
7 birthday parties?
No, my mum just wants lots of do's and lots of meals
No,
out.
yeah,
we all get on. That's the
Doesn't
idea.
she know her son's unemployed? What's she doing?
As far as I'm aware, my mum is aware of my current situation.
Is
Anyway,
Sam saying that he won the seat?
I
No, we
reckon
won
Auntie
one.
Lunch is going to start giving you a £5 pocket money every week as well as buying you dinner at the games. I
Anyway,
might
it's all serious.
Go on.
It's all serious though. I don't get a job. I won't be able to afford to come to games, will I? So
No, but
I'll
you'll be
be
living
getting-
up. But
should we
you'll be living back this way on.
yeah, I should be able to become anti-train ticket as well. That's
Auntie, just a tenner, will you please?
So, as two of you haven't been paying attention, do you want me to go through the squad members we've currently got?
How many preseason games have we actually played?
Can I guess Mike? When you tell us the new signings, can I guess where they've come from, or can we have a little bit of a game while we do it? See what
Yeah, that'd be
what
lots
atten-
more
see
fun.
what attention.
More fun than watching them.
Right, go on then, Mike. Fire away.
Now,
Hang on,
do I
some
need
game show
first
music.
names? Because I think I can remember some first names, but not that many of them.
We could try and help you.
So there we
Christina.
go. First one, goalkeeper, right.
Lincoln, and they were not, and they didn't slag him off and say he was shit, which I
Yeah.
like, which is promising.
And they said they had a really good keeper. That's why he didn't play. And now they fucking sold that keeper, haven't they?
Yeah, no, Lincoln, right is spot on.
All right.
Right. 2 right backs, 1 Cass.
Bloke from Reading.
He came from
Marcel?
He came from Stockport, didn't he, Cass? Is that right?
He did. Yes.
Oh, I think I have a
Sam,
different
you little liar, Sam. You have been bloody paying attention.
I'm not.
I've not been paying attention. I've just got a better memory. I'm younger.
That's why he's got so many leaflets lying about. He wasn't doing anything.
You keep drinking
Those leaflets
before
will be really
games, Sam.
useful.
We'll soon get rid of that
Right.
capacity.
Right,
No,
next right
he's
back.
a goalkeeper from Lincoln.
Tyrell Warren.
Barrow.
Yeah, because he signed before the election was called. So I did. So I was paying attention back then.
Sam, let it go.
He did.
Centre back, McJanet.
Is he the last? Is he the last from Ireland?
He's from
Dundalk,
Derry, London,
Dundalk,
Derry.
Was it?
Derry, London,
Derry. Oh,
Derry.
it was Derry. No, it was Derry. It was
Yeah.
Derry. Yes.
Next one,
That's
left back
Van
Carson.
Hooydonk then. I didn't hear that.
Matty Carson, did you say?
Somewhere down south.
He
Reading.
was the Reading one. He was the Reading one.
He was.
I got it right. Yeah, he's a Reading.
McEachin. Is that how you say his name? George McEachin?
Who?
McEachran.
Yeah, this
McEachran.
is when somebody mentioned him the other day, someone mentioned him at Boston, Sam, and I was just like, I know McJanet, but I didn't. It bypassed me completely that we signed another Muck. Who is he, Mike? And where's he come from? Number 3.
Chelsea.
What's his name and where's he come from?
Yeah.
What
what's his
position
name?
does he play?
Swindon.
Oh.
He's centre midfielder.
So he's from
Yeah,
Swindon. Did you say?
I think it's Swindon, wasn't it? It was Swindon.
What position?
Oh,
is
we
he
are-
midfielder?
No, I'm pretty
Yeah,
confident. Now you're making me think I'm wrong. Like,
I might do
No,
another
not
beer at
doubting
this
you.
point.
Not doubting you, mate. We are your
Right, here
number
we go.
one Grimsby Town podcast for bollocks.
a right
sorry, mate.
winger who will now go by the name of Jason.
Stockwood.
Yeah, he was from Iceland.
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
Jason. I don't think Jason would be very pleased if you called him a right winger.
Or I did notice.
Van Hooydonk.
I don't know if I've imagined this, but Matt Dean, who obviously does his research, knows exactly how you pronounce names, called him Yassen to
You
David
couldn't even say
Artell.
pronounce then.
And David Artell, I thought nearly went who? Like, so
Sorry.
he kept calling him Jason. So,
I'm going to pick you up on that. When we signed him, Matt Dean was calling him Omar Bogle. So he's not always completely correct on names. I'm not having that.
Yeah, but he wasn't Grimsby Town's number 1 Radio Humberside man then, was he? It matters now.
Oh yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
even say congratulations on that.
and
Congratulations.
that is the end
No,
of
that's-
it. And that probably tells you the problem we've got is that there's not many players in midfield or forward areas that I said then, was there?
Let's be honest, we had loads of them last year and they didn't do anything. So it don't
Yeah, but
matter.
when you've got Raquel Pike and Dono Wilson,
Oh yes, Donovan Wilson and Charles Vernon here to clutter up the treatment table of all season again.
No,
Can't
no.
wait.
can I stop you there? Charles Vernon was down my street this morning walking unaided.
Oh, that's a positive.
Is this our level?
No, he looks absolutely fine. He looks absolutely fine.
He looked fine walking.
And we still got
No,
Beluga
mate.
watch, Bruce watch.
You know my views on injury-prone players, and they're a complete waste of space. It's not a case of being
Right.
unlucky.
We don't
Right, well,
slag
it's
any
not
players
injury
off. We're not
prone, so it's
slagging
not.
any players off before the season starts.
Yeah, and Sam, I don't think you can talk about people being layabouts, being unemployed as you are, and being just another drain on society.
Yeah, and you also don't want people judging you on what's gone before, do you? So everyone needs to start with a clean slate from time to time.
Let's
If you're-
activate
if you're-
Beluga watch.
If all your prospective employers took that attitude, you're not going to get to step 2 very often, are you?
Do we
By
need
the
to
way-
take a moment to praise the best agent in football, and that's Toby Malarkey's agent?
How's
No,
that?
Gav Holohan-
happened?
Gav Holohan's is
And-
better.
And Gavs as well. It must be the same guy.
It's that meme that I keep seeing from Little Britain where I go, "How did you get up there?" I fell. That's Toby
Good luck to the
Malarkey
bloke.
gone
Good
to
luck to the
Reading,
bloke,
gone to Crawley.
There was weird revisionism though with Toby Malarkey. When he left, when I read about it, I was reading people's sites reading saying he'll be a loss. Oh, how are we going to cope without it? He was one of our best players. I thought, no, he wasn't. The bloke couldn't run. He couldn't even foul his man properly. Farewell, our shit and useless servant.
Sam, you know what I'm like. I get absolutely wound up when a player that's played 13 times for Town and scored 1 goal in 4 seasons leaves and forever you'll be forever remembered, legend. I'm like, oh my.
I mean, I didn't dislike the bloke. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's a great miss. And the problem is with Malarkey.
Oh well, you don't own our social
He's a-
media accounts, do you?
He isn't a right back, and he isn't a centre back. He's a right-sided centre back in a 5 or a 3, depending how you look at it.
Yeah.
And I can't see us playing that, so he's redundant.
We've got a new policy. I'm not going to criticise too much our players publicly, but ex-players I'm not bothered about.
You just did.
Well, that's
It was just about Vernon, and you can't stand players that are on the treatment table all the time.
He's always on the. There you go.
You said your memory was good. You've just done an
I'm going to
about
go get
turn in
another beer.
about 2 minutes.
Get him to the treatment table.
Bloody hell. You've got some inside anger that needs releasing. Was Germany good? Did you have a good trip?
It was brilliant, thank you, mate.
Yeah?
It was.
Whereabouts-
It was really.
whereabouts
It was
did you go?
honestly. Oh, 2 places. One place called Rudisheim and one called Bamberg. Bamberg was great. Watched the final in a German bar full of all the Germans supporting the Spanish. That was
You
good
went
fun.
to Germany and watched it in a German bar. I'm amazed.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you could have been in an Irish bar, couldn't you, Sam? I knew what.
Yeah,
you
or a Scottish pub. They have these things in Germany. It was really good to go. We went 2 days after the election. It was brilliant to get away after and get a bit of sun, forget about work and forget about football.
by going to the country where the Euros were on.
Sorry, forget about Town. Sorry.
Yeah. No, no, that's good, mate. That's good. I like Germany. It's a good place, and
yeah.
It's great.
I think we have our squabbles with the Germans, but I think it's like sort of siblings or sort of we're very similar in what we like and what we don't like with the Germans. We like beer and we like football,
and occasional far right parties.
So Grimbo made a good point. He says Crawley are just alone from a season in League One. Does anybody actually think that Crawley know they made it into League One?
Well, they seem to know when they hammered us.
I really don't get. So, I love the guy to bits, but he's like, I thought he was one of my favourite ever Town players, but I thought he was past it as a league player, full stop. And unless they know something we don't.
I thought he'd go to Hartlepool.
I thought he'd go to the
he was loved there, and I thought he would go to Hartlepool. I think that I've not seen what else they've done, but obviously they've lost Dorsey. I'm with Mike. I think
they've lost everyone.
They've lost a lot of other players. Yeah, apparently.
The keeper's gone, hasn't he?
It's not a very big ground. They can jump over the wall.
I would. If I've already done my coupon for that, I've done my season bet, and if I could have done earlier, I would have put them to be relegated. I think because I can't see how they're going to survive. They might do.
Everyone tipped them to go down. Everyone tipped them to go down last season, and they went up.
Yeah.
And now everyone's
I think that's a lesson that. Well, it's probably a lesson for us to learn at the start of a season. Last year was like, oh, we think we're gonna be all right, and probably push up towards the top end of the league, and we did crap. And then a team like Crawley, who everybody thought was a basket case, everybody
same
thought
with
was
Steve.
Trouble. Same with Stevenage. Yeah, it happens every year. So it just goes to show that pre-season tells you absolutely enough. All in all honesty, it really does. Unless you're just having one game against Cleethorpes and you've signed players from Bangor or something like Holloway.
Well,
but
the overall conversations I've heard from the Boston game, shall we say, is that it was quite attractive football. They were playing some quite quick stuff and alike, and that's all right. I am worried with the lack of signings where we in the missing places, but I'd imagine those conversations are well on their way, and we'll be. I'll be worried if we're bringing in someone from Folkestone of Invicta, but until then,
I mean,
I'm in
Still 3 weeks till the season
crust.
starts.
Just
Yeah,
look
there's
at
still-
it. My main concern is that midfield, because you've got Green and Corey, Thompson, McEachran, and Ainley. Now, Green and Corey probably untested or unproven at this level. I think there's question marks over Green, and Corey hasn't played consistently. You got Thompson, McEachran, who we've not seen much of, and Ainley, who's probably more of a 10 than a midfielder. So I think you've got a bit of a problem in there, haven't you?
Also, can you
Considering that was
guarantee-
where we were so bad last year.
And our best midfielder by hilarious Alex. Given Thompson's injury record's also not great. And he stayed fit for the entire second half of last season, to be fair to him, didn't he? So you can get yourself out of that. But I do think we're surely gonna have to sign some more players there, otherwise people's sides will just lose again. I mean, you noticed it at the back end of last season, Mike. I remember us at Colchester, you saying we were so easy to turn front to back, weren't we? Like they were a bigger threat from our corners than we were.
Yeah, and I mean, for it being such a big problem last year to only add one player into there that's different from last year, so I think there's got to be some additions in there. And then you look at the wide areas, we've got a right winger and a left winger. That's it. Pike, I don't consider as an option, so I just discount him. So you've got Yasin from Iceland, haven't you? And you've got Verdon. That's it.
Yeah, and he might
So we're
take
starting
some
to
time
look quite
adapt as well.
Yeah, we're starting to look quite light at the sort of midfield and further forward. I think defensively, I think you've brought in players that look decent enough, have got decent enough reputation. You've got enough of them, and you've sort of seemingly sorted the goalkeeper situation out. But past that defense into midfield and attack, I think you're looking at 4 or 5 more, aren't you? Easily.
There must be. I think we're looking at 5 more. I think.
Well, we're going to get 4 guys on loan, aren't we?
2. I thought he said 3. I thought he.
Okay.
In one of the interviews he said 2. But I think we might only sign another couple permanently. I think we'll go for a pacey-ish young forward, which is a gamble, as we saw last season, because they're untested, aren't they? But I think we'll go, into League One or maybe even the Championship for a young loanee that's 19 or 20. But yeah, I agree. At the moment we're light. It's not. Hopefully the season's. All the clubs have been back in pre-season for a couple of weeks now. Hopefully, if you're a player that's still out of contract and you're holding out for what you think you're worth, and you're waiting for a better offer to come in than the one that you've had from Grimsby or the like, maybe with the season approaching, it might sharpen their focus a little bit to make a decision. But he keeps reiterating, doesn't he, that the transfer window's till the end of August, but we've already said we've got a fairly tough opening to the season. You don't want to be on 5 points from 5 games or something like that, or 4 points from 5 games by the time the transfer window comes and said, now we're signing a couple of players because you're playing catch up already, aren't you?
And the problem is, I do hope that's ironic. We said this with Hurst, didn't we, Sam? That if you get under that pressure early, considering where we were at the end of last season, and he was under some pressure at various points, it quickly comes about again, doesn't it? And I might be old-fashioned. I mean, I'm not panicking by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just making a comment about how many I think we need in. But maybe old-fashionedly, I think I would have thought you try and get as many players as you can early so that they're embedded, they're getting into your style of play and getting used to the surrounding. Now, I get we don't live in an ideal world, and most teams are probably in the same boat. But I wouldn't be personally pushing it back to the window finishes in however many weeks. The season starts in this many.
And especially if you want to play in a certain way, as you were saying, like if Arto wants to play in a specific way, you would have expected those players to get in early, which means that he's probably got a couple more irons in the fire. Look, I'm not massively worried. I'll leave that till August and September when we've got most of the top half to play, and then in October we're still looking for a loanee to join us as well. But
we've lost at home to Cheltenham on the second day of the season. And the Hurst comparison is interesting, Mike, because this time Hurst, to be fair, had a sort of body of work and credit that kind of protected him for quite a while. But that if we start the season badly, I can see the run that culminated in that awful afternoon against Doncaster, like just reappearing in people's heads all of a sudden. I'm not being negative when I said I don't think there'll be the kind of You know what I'm saying, I think. But it will not take long for it to go wrong, I don't think, especially with the way he wants to play, which I'm fine with.
Sam is sharpening the knives.
I'm not.
I think you're right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But I would be interested to see. I saw, a few weeks ago when there were a few of us on social media, people were flapping and panicking that we hadn't brought anybody in. Somebody put a stat out of, somebody had a look and they put a stat that, we'd signed 2 players by that point, and the rest of the division was like 3, 4, 1, 2, none. 3, and actually we were, like Alex just said a minute ago, if you did that stat again, we might actually be the same as everybody else, and everybody else. But you don't pay any attention to what others are doing, do you? Apart from the odd standout signing, you just worry about what you're doing. But actually, there might be a hell of a lot of players that are still out there that I'm not signing a contract. I'm not in a rush, and there might be other clubs. You go on other clubs' forums, and they might be moaning about the same things we are. So I'd be interested to see a stat of how many players the rest of the league have signed.
What I would say about players being.
Sorry, Sam.
What I would say about players maybe looking for a better offer up. To be fair, Artell was very clear when he did the podcast with us that he's not interested in that type of player. He's sort of using us as a negotiating method. He's just not interested in you. He only wants players who want to come and play for Grimsby Town. That might be a bit of an issue because we've been over a million times, haven't we?
Going back to what Bruce was saying though about other clubs and how many have signed, always find this in when you're supporting your club. The fan base always judge their club on what their idea of perfection is, not what is usually the reality and usually what other clubs' situation they're in. So I bet there's not many clubs that are not in a dissimilar situation to us. You see it every year. So there's nothing to panic about at all.
What we saw only the other day, didn't we? Bradford lost at that place in Yorkshire that we went to a few years ago. Oh bloody hell! 1-0 Leeds. It was in the conference.
Guiseley.
They lost at Guiseley, didn't they? When they had Thingy on trial. Wasn't it Guiseley? Where they played? Did they play Guiseley when they had Mar on trial?
We've been to a lot of places in Yorkshire and lost, so it is hard to pick.
A lot of them Bradford.
We drew there, didn't we? That was back in the 20. That was the Podge team, wasn't it? Towards the end of the season, we went to Guiseley. We drew 2-2 or 3-3 or something.
Yeah, we had about Disco, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, we had about 3/4 of the ground, didn't we? Took loads on a Tuesday night. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so
I'd much prefer to talk about that, Bruce.
Yeah, talk about the 2015-16 team. Yeah,
not winning at Guiseley. Is that?
I used to really like Welling away. Welling away was a nice ground.
Oh, Fishing away, that was
4-0 where you go to the 4-0 where Podge got his second half hat trick.
I didn't. I was working. So
that was brilliant.
So I went to the first one when we played them in the FA Trophy, and Marcus Marshall had the greatest game before his Braintree second half appearance. And then there was the other one, which was just as fun, where I think we beat them 3-1. That was quite an interesting one when we had Podge and a light there. I think I skipped work that day.
Didn't we have a pretty good record at Woking as well? I was thinking of places in sort
of we do. Yeah, I know that one. They're going into administration. They're in real trouble. Not everyone can afford Podge.
They scored a 97th minute winner at Woking one afternoon. I remember. Well,
isn't it great how you you're talking about your concerns 1 second, and then it just takes a mention of like one word or something, and somehow we dug Guiseley out, and now we're all misty eyed and talking about the good old days. This is my sort of scene now. Carry on.
You mean
about the weekend at York? Did you notice the 2 goals we conceded were quite poor from set pieces?
That's not like
I haven't watched it.
Well, Artell said for a little bit now that they've not worked on defensive stuff at the minute, which makes sense. But I'm hoping we're slightly better than we were at set plays in both boxes than we were last year, because that was a big problem, wasn't it? Both defensively.
We were awful under both managers, weren't we? We had no threat from set pieces, and it was just we just looked like we were just literally Sunday. You'd be doing a disservice to Sunday league teams, wouldn't you, when you would say, we just lumped it in the box and hoped for the best, and I barely remember us winning a header as an attacking force in a from corners, particularly. We were awful.
We just hit the first man routinely. I stopped applauding corners by the end of the season. Just it's a waste of time. The only one I remember
more threat from a
scoring.
goal kick.
I felt like we were watching England. That did.
It was like, yeah, I remember the only one we can remember scoring from was Niall Maher at home to Gillingham when I was badly hungover. That day.
That's because our attacking corners, Sam, very quickly actually became defensive problems.
Right, we got something to talk about because I don't know what's. Let me have a think. 2 seconds. Go with that one. It's July and it is time for Bruce. I assume Bruce has not been in his office, and we've missed
quick,
at least 2 people, 2 months at least. Bruce, change your calendar, please.
I have changed it. Changed it.
Go back again then.
And it's little Alex Hunt.
A sister from the weekend. Cracking corner.
Alex. I haven't watched it.
Do you think Paul Hurst cried when he watched that?
I'm hoping though that this is. I don't know. I won't spoil August actually because he's actually a player.
Danny
that's still
Rose.
here.
You've already shown us all of it, mate.
Right.
Several times.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but it's Danny Rose, so maybe he's going to be. He's back in August. But I did watch a bit of the training video, and he was on there swinging his leg about, and he looked like he could have walked down the street with Charles this afternoon.
I love that the fact that walking is now our indication that these players are in fine fettle.
In another universe, when Bruce is like or another alternative reality, and Bruce is like a physio, like a Dave Moore. And what's the assessment on how bad the players are? Well, he could walk down the street this morning, so he's about 2 weeks away. He could only get to the first lamppost, so he's a month away.
And he's using the mobility scooter in Morrison, so he's not going to be back till June.
Look, sports science and look and stuff. How far can you walk? And I'll tell you how good you are.
Maybe I can do this. I can do it for lots of clubs. I can go around assessing how injured players are based on walking, produce a report, and send it to every local paper.
But you only need 2 or 3. You only need 2 or 3 staple phrases, Sam, and you'll get a job. Just as long as you can say he's back out on the grass. That was a Hurst favourite. He's back out. How's Danny doing? Oh, he's back out on the grass. We keep having to fill up his food bowl.
Get off the
grass. See how he pulls up tomorrow. That's one.
Let's go back to it. Yeah. So we were rubbish last season for the majority of it, and yet all our players have gone to League One.
Very rude, Sam. Very rude.
The manager we sacked is now in League One. Are we just cursed? Or I don't know. That sounds very miserable here and very unlike me, but
no, because curses are not real.
We broke one. Took 14 years. Sure.
Maybe we could do it. Maybe we could do like there must be enough people that we could do like a not a sweep. Yeah, a sweep state. Yeah, I don't know. We could do one of them things where like we list all the ex players that are in League One and the management, and then you get a square, and the ones that go down, you win a prize. You know what I mean? The ones that get relegated back to League Two next year. That'd be.
Can I have Malarkey, please?
Ignore that. You want Malarkey? Yeah. Well, I
want Malarkey.
Can I have Hurst? Can I have Hursty?
Shall I do a bit of admin while we're thinking of before we get into the chat shit part of the podcast? Because
make the entire.
Have we not been doing that for the last 42 minutes?
We spent 5 minutes reminiscing about away draws at Guiseley. If that's not one, I don't know what is.
Do you know what? I have missed you 3.
This is our pre-season, isn't it? It's just getting the miles in the legs ready for season.
I did notice though, Alex. Sorry, Mike.
When's your first game, Mike? December?
Tuesday. I'm going on
the first game of the season, and maybe the second game of the season, and maybe the 4th game of the season.
You're going to go to the game before me. This.
Some of us have jobs and responsibilities, Sam. I know it might be an alien concept to you.
You have to Fleetwood.
Scrounger.
I've been very patient. Stop it.
I mean home game. Sorry, mate.
So you're going to a game before me this season? I can't be having that. Mum, you have to change your birthday.
Yeah.
I'm not having Mike going to a game before me this season.
Sam, are you in the pontoon as unemployed now? Have you got a new season ticket? You
No,
can save a
'cause
load of cash.
I renewed my season ticket before the election was called.
Jason,
No, he's in the main.
Andrew,
He's in the main stand with the adult and free kid.
Jason, Andrew, you should be listening to this. If you can sort Sam out, he needs all the money he can get at the moment. So
If you want
Yeah,
to,
I don't think Jason agrees with my politics, so I think we might be onto a
yeah, but
Tell-
we're
tell
a
me
Yeah, but
kind
he's all
of
happy
people.
now. He's all happy. He's all happy now. Now's a good time to talk to him.
It's a good time to talk to him.
So-
Well,
I
the
was
Labour
gonna-
government.
So
do you not
what
want
I
to
was
know the
gonna-
games I'm going to?
okay, yeah, I was going to do some admin, but fine, you go for it.
Cheltenham at home, Notts County away, and Bradford at home.
Are you coming back up for a bit, Mike? Is that what you?
Yeah. I'm up.
You're
for
coming back on
them.
holiday again?
Yeah.
What's the game?
They like it up here, don't they? Your family. It's nice that.
Come for all
Yeah.
day, stay for a week.
Why wouldn't you? I've said this before. Why wouldn't you? It sometimes takes leaving the town to come back to realise it's actually quite good.
It's got nice places to eat.
So you wouldn't be adverse, Mike, if you
Here we go, Sam.
If you lost your job, you wouldn't mind coming back up, Mike, with bringing the family and coming up here.
No, I would do, mate. If I had the opportunity, I would do. Yes, no dramas.
Sam, some French company wants to recruit you to the Illuminati by the looks of it. From this
What the
chat
hell's
that's come
that?
in. Recruitment Illuminati. There you go, Sam. Some would suggest that you were in before this.
Well, the die was cast long beforehand.
Of the bots founders.
As Grimbo
Yeah,
says,
just-
talking about unemployment, is Charlie Kirk still unemployed?
He don't want to come here. If he wants to sign for us, he signed for us back in January. He signed for us at the start of the window. Move on.
Someone has sent their
Didn't
WhatsApp.
we
number
give
in.
Malarkey a second chance?
What again?
Wasn't it
That worked out well.
Wasn't it Malarkey that he went and got relegated at Rochdale, didn't he?
Yeah, but didn't fancy the conference. Yeah, that's true.
So he
How do you
fancies
know he
League
didn't
One.
want to come here, Sam?
No, I'm guessing on the grounds that if he wanted to sign for us, he'd have signed for us by now. That's just my logic.
But your guesses have said with such confidence that the fact that
You
told
believe
you,
your own,
he's
you
a-
believe your own crap.
He's a very definitive person. Everything is set in stone. There's no grey when it comes to Mr. Barrick.
it's either I love you or fuck off. One of the two.
I mean,
It's
I'll
like
be
when-
honest.
it's like
You remember
when-
the?
it's
You
like
remember
when-
the?
The vast majority of
remember
town players, I feel like that.
Mike, you remember
We-
last
we-
summer when you created the English cricket cycle of hell? Do you remember the one
Yeah.
that we're done with?
Yeah. We're done. We're so done. We're back. We're so back. It's round.
Is that what
Each
we're
session,
watching?
each session.
It's like when we got Sam to buy the double Baileys at Oxford, Mike, isn't it? It's Sam. It's your round, and then they ordered it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. No. Poor Sam. I feel dead bad now. That's like, I don't know. I don't know how long that would last you now, Sam.
I couldn't do that now.
How much was that round?
62 quid. Trust me, I remember. I don't think I noticed, Bruce. I've not been pre-match drinking
Hang on.
with you since.
Look at his face. Look how happy he is.
Delighted, isn't he?
Double Baileys. Bloody hell, how pissed were we that day? Jesus Christ.
But you
That's where
fell
I
asleep.
You were
I
so
fell asleep,
pissed,
and
Bruce. I didn't
and I
even
fell down
see
the
you, but I knew
steps.
you were pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, but
All
I
I
had
saw
to-
of you was
Go on.
on the front of the whatever you call it, vomitorium, whatever they call the bits. You were stood on the top of the metal skate, just looking back at everyone, pumping your arms.
Oh, I was when I was down in front of it because we were like above the steps, weren't we? But-
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
the thing
Oh,
is,
that's
I
great.
was absolutely leathered, and Jace Ives had come with us, and we had to
He
help him in
couldn't
the
stand.
ground.
He couldn't stand up. He couldn't stand
we,
up.
we had to help him in the ground, right? And some might disapprove of this behaviour, but we
Oh,
sort
is
of,
that the one that don't like me?
no, it's the one where we had
Narrow
to
it
be in the
down,
ground, and
Alex,
the
is it?
steward
That's
was stopped. The steward started to walk towards us, and one of the lads just sort of gave him a look, like he wasn't, he wasn't quite right, wasn't quite 100%, and he was like, "Oh, in you come, lads, in you come." We just put him on a seat, and that was him done. I don't think he saw any of the game.
We've got similar stuff. One of my friends who shall remain nameless for his own sake, when we
Why
went
have
to
you got really
Crewe,
loud?
exist.
Why have you got
We should
really
make-
loud?
I don't know. The people want to see me. People want to. The people want to hear me. One of my friends
I'm
remained
fairly
neighbour.
confident that I can speak for people and say no, we don't.
I thought you'd have already had that, Sam. If you've had a
Sam,
whole
just
month of
tell
people
us
say
his-
no, we
just
don't.
tell
know.
us, just tell us which one of your mates it is, and we can all laugh when we see him next. Come on.
No, I'm
you
not.
can't-
I'm
you
not
can't
telling
just-
you. I'm not telling you who it is.
Is it the one
but
with
we got-
glasses?
Unless it's about him pulling your
No.
underpants down or something like that, then but if
No.
it's about a
But we
football
got
story
to-
and drink,
We
Sam
got to the
wears so many
turnstile.
layers to football grounds that he isn't able. You can't tug his trousers down.
He was so drunk that the steward, the guy on the turnstile, said to me or said to someone else, I can't remember who it was, something along the lines of, "We shouldn't really be letting you in, given how bad you are," but they still let him in.
Where was that?
Crew at the back end of last season.
All right, in the ice cream stand. It's the ice cream van stand, isn't it, Bruce? At Crew.
It is.
something like that. Yes, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
me and
got a
Sam had.
ridiculous
That's what
name.
me and Sam had the Chernobyl peas last year,
Yeah. That's my abiding memory of last season at Crew. Those bloody peas.
and
Could
we won
use,
3-0. And we won 3-0 at a Cantor.
Yeah, I don't know where
You
we
were
pulled that out.
you were about last season when we
When
we
they
won
were
there
playing
again,
Cantor.
didn't we? We won there
Toby
again.
Malarkey scored. God, he's getting a lot of mentions tonight.
And Denver Hume.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
He got his first goal for us, didn't he?
And
the
about
season
Alex.
before, the game that I'm on about, that one of them lone lad from Norwich scored. And my memory's not as bad as I thought.
Dixon.
Alex,
Tom-
he's dragging
Tom
Sam
Dixon
into the
Pease.
storytelling. Sam's now telling stories
Hang
like
on,
him.
hang on. Let me find it.
Not having that.
One day I'm going to get a mixer and this will sound more professional. But until then,
Carry on.
everybody feel better. I'm going to feel back, man.
Oh, this should be the pod's theme now, the way this one's been tonight. I wonder how many bottles of wine Jane Boynton's gone through.
Mike, have you bought your Bordeaux pass yet, or what?
Yes. I've renewed the travel card.
Good. So if you
Um,
are planning on joining,
I've given the butler the fixtures so he knows when to have the chalet ready.
I'm getting more and more horizontal over here. I look like a.
It was a chateau. You've gone down in the social standings, Mike. It was a chateau last season. It's a chalet now.
I've
Well, it's
gone
actually
from
a castle. I just don't want you to feel bad about it, mate.
I've
Oh,
gone from a
yeah,
chateau to a
thanks, mate.
semi-detached in Surrey. Sam's gone. So if you are planning on buying a Bordeaux pass to join Mike and myself at our chateau in Bordeaux, you need to do it
definitely in France.
You
Definitely
need-
in France.
Yeah, you need to do it in the next couple of days because if not, the price goes up, doesn't it? Unfortunately, SNCF, who are the French rail company out there, increase their prices on a particular day. So you do need to make sure that you buy your pass to Bordeaux in the next couple of days. Does that help?
And
Who
that's
do we
better,
play?
That's better, isn't it? Because it's better than watching it on a dodgy stick because Town get the money then.
Yeah, exactly. And this
Why, the
brings
Town
me
have-
neatly on.
Town have shares in French Railway.
No, but
That was Jarvis, wasn't it?
they built the railways, didn't they? Built the railways in France.
Who did? Jarvis. Alan Poughton in a terrible town shirt.
There's
Is
nothing
there
that
anything
man
that man
can't
can?
do.
Yeah, I was literally
got some-
going down that route.
We've got some players that would have been better as navvies we've had in the last few years. Some donkeys that could pull all the stuff about.
Barry Conlon did look like a navvy, didn't he? He should have been. He should have been building the M62.
I'm not convinced he wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. So I was going to do some.
Are you looking forward to
Fucking hell.
going to Bromley, Alex?
Who doesn't love to get? When do we go to Bromley?
1st of February.
You're right.
Oh, can we also to take a beat as well to remember that on that very emotional montage that the BBC put together before the England's final, that they had that Andy Woodman was Gareth Southgate's best man.
That's when I went off him, personally.
Yeah, well, that was the reason I wanted Southgate out.
You went in hard on Southgate after the Euros final.
Who, me?
No, Mike did.
Yeah, he was very much
I
Paul
don't think I
Hurst,
did
wasn't
after the final, actually. I don't think I went too hard.
You were like, he's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. Time's
I
out.
think
Time's
I
run
was
up.
I don't think I was.
Do you think Andy Woodman and Gareth Southgate discussed managerial things? Because they've got very alternative managerial styles.
I reckon Andy Woodman believed, but he watched Southgate's pizza advert all them years ago.
Has anyone seen Gareth's wedding cake? Andy Woodman in the corner. No.
Just on his 48th Dominoes of the day.
Andy,
How's
we've got
the,
food coming.
How's the kind of the free ticket we're giving him on the whenever it is the middle of September for the Oriental Express to the night before? Have we sorted that one out yet?
That's not a bad idea. That can I do want to do the admin.
I like that. I like that
Can I do
place, right? No, we can hold off for a second because I've got two things I want to ask you in a minute. But I like
I go
that
there
place.
every time I hold.
This. I don't know if I don't think our lawyers need to be involved, right? But Claire's family come up. They live down in Kent. They've got access to London, right? But when they come up here,
Everybody has access to London, Bruce.
Access to London.
Special fucking key to open it. There we go. I'm going in London today. I've got the key.
Right? And when they come up here, they want to go to the Oriental Express, right? And it is what it is. It's cheap and cheap.
London,
it's mass produced.
can I come in?
Right, fuck off. Right.
That's me now, mate. That's me. I've lost access.
And I don't.
Mr. London, can you let me in, please?
And I don't. So anyway, the other one I was going to ask you. I did notice you've made some changes to the intro, which was impressive. We've got some trawlers on it now.
I don't care about that anymore.
What's the admin, Alex?
And when is it you're up? Sorry, Sam, shut up a minute. When is it you're up?
So I've got the Farnborough Air Show this week coming up.
It's whether we can get access to the M25 to get up.
Yeah, Mr. London doesn't give me access.
Just don't bring the dog with you.
Can I go up north?
Have a word with Claire's family. Ask if they can give him the key to get in.
Mr. Oh.
Right, admin.
Shimmy that window open, we can get him around the back.
Oh dear.
Oh,
right.
You wonderful bastard, you.
Right, what's the admin?
Yeah, you can't even remember anymore.
So, as you can tell, we are very professional, and some would say we've hoarded ourselves out for money, and I would very much agree with that. So we are now part of Talk Sports Fans Network thing, which means you'll occasionally hear adverts. And we do one on the Sky's new deal with the EFL as Bruce slags it off ceremonially on Twitter everywhere.
Sorry, Rupert.
It is shit though, isn't it? What did they change?
We're going to Notts County on a
They've
bloody
changed
Thursday night now.
Colchester. They've changed Colchester to a Friday night. Who wants to go to Colchester? This fuck all in Colchester.
I'm not going to be able to ask Mr. London to let me back in late at night when I've gone to Colchester in the evening. He's going to be well annoyed.
Some of us went to Colchester twice. Some of us went to Colchester twice last season. Got all the bloody way there. What?
You wouldn't be able to afford that this year, Sam, would you?
No, that's true. So, oh no, you can still get a young person's rail card, can't you, you little git?
Yeah, I can do that.
You still get family and friends.
No, you don't have friends. They've all left him. What was I going to say? No, I've set off to Colchester 3 times, and I've been once, and I hated it then.
Bruce get all the way to Plymouth one day for them to call the game off.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, Bruce.
And Southend.
Tell us stories for about the 8th time.
It wasn't me that brought it up.
Which was the most upsetting, Plymouth or Southend?
Southend was a brilliant day because we were all in the pub. There was loads of us, and somebody just said the game's off, and we just carried on drinking. But Plymouth, we set off at like 5 a.m. or something, get down there for opening. And we were in the pub, and someone went, "Oh, the game's been called off," and it was like bright sunshine outside, and a bit of the frigging tin roof had fallen off.
Yeah, I don't think we can talk about that anymore.
And we drank because we didn't have the game to go to. we drank it. We drank in that time that's normally a bit of time off the beer, and was absolutely leathered. Was back in the bed and breakfast by match of the day. Yeah, that was a long way to go. The furthest I've ever been for a Town game, and it was postponed.
Square Eyed says, I know it's a bit late because it's been on the telly for a few weeks now, but how does everyone feel about Town being the last thing seen in the ITV EFL ad? I think it's a Sky one, isn't it, Square Eyed? It's quite nice. There's like a doe-eyed kid who hasn't, been beaten to a pulp in Grant Thorpe Park yet, singing a song.
Baby Boris.
Do you think that's why they put it in?
It's good. I mean, the old Sky EFL thing. I mean, you can dislike the facts, the changing fixtures, but clubs need the money.
It's not actually equated to that much more money, though, is it? It's only about. It's I know it sounds a bit, but is it only an extra 300 grand a club or something? Which isn't. I mean, that's a significant sum, but it's not.
Bonnelly Ashcroft.
Yeah, that's not really dropping the ocean given the revenue we're going to lose as a result. I mean, so Notts County, if we're going there on a Thursday night, that'll slash, I don't know, 1,000 off the attendance. It's going.
So we don't get any money for the away games.
No, but Notts County would lose money, wouldn't they, for it? Sorry, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but probably Notts County wouldn't give us that many because apparently there's not enough room for us all or something like last time when we smashed their asses in the playoff semi-finals.
I might be being naive, but I don't think that'll be the case because I don't think the clubs would have accepted it if that was the case, Sam. It may on the face of it look like it, but I can't see a deal being agreed that makes clubs worse off. And I think it's very much a case
and
of...
And didn't actually Jason say, when Jason was talking about relegation to non-league, as when it was a very real reality, he was saying something like, if we go because of the Sky deal, we're, there's fucked and very fucked, basically. Was that? Am I sort of paraphrasing there? But I think that's about
what
right.
It went. The situation goes from bad to very bad, or something, or wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was dreadful.
Bad. If we go down, it's very bad.
It was dreadful and horrendous. Something like horrendous was the one he used. Terrible and I think horrendous was the situation. He wasn't talking about the budget. He was talking about the money that was coming. It caused a bit of uproar at the time because people didn't listen properly.
That's not like Town fans.
Yeah, it's very true. It was very clear what he was saying.
Grimsby Way says the National League don't have a TV deal with TNT anymore as well, which is interesting because Adam Summerton especially did a wonderful job in commentating on Town's moments. So hopefully, I mean, that might move it onto YouTube or something like the County Championship.
They've got a deal with the Premier League, though, haven't they, for a competition?
Oh yeah, the
Scunny are on MySpace.
That's in a bit of trouble. Haven't they had to get rid of all their best players because they didn't go up and then there were big budget cuts?
Yeah, but they've got a nice shirt and the video is brilliant.
Well, there you go then.
They spent all their transfer budget on flags. It's like
I can tell you for nothing, Bruce, that good comms is extremely important in terms of setting the narrative. If you've got a good comms department, you tend to do well.
Yeah, but the only people that see it, no one's got internet in Scunny.
That's not true. No, do you know what? I was going to do a joke. I'm not doing that joke.
No, no, not tonight.
No, not tonight. in memory of Joe Biden. may live long and prosperous for the next couple of years. Is there anything else anybody wants to add? We've gone over the allotted hour.
Sorry, did you say in amongst you laughing when you were saying you've got something going on this week for you have to Farnham or Fakenham or somewhere?
Farnham's a very nice part. No, Farnborough Air Show this week, so I'm at work all this week, and then next week I am up in sunny GY. So we've got a game Tuesday night, haven't we? Who are we playing?
Rotherham, is it?
Rotherham. I'm going to play Mike's boys. Going to watch and play Mike's boys, and then there's a game on Saturday as well, isn't there?
Mansfield, is it?
South. Don't we play South Shields at some point? Have I made that up?
Yeah, the Mariners are playing the Mariners.
I think that's this Saturday, mate. South Shields.
There we go. All sorted. I was kind of hoping if I was out in the garden that some of the planes might be buzzing about over my head, but apparently not.
Is there a bush you can fall into?
Not really.
Hannah said she was up for drinks, didn't she, when you came up?
Yeah, nobody else did.
She never replied to the thing when you said, who wants to be on the podcast tonight, though, did she?
Well, I didn't know if anybody wanted to do something while we were up there, because we've got the outdoor recording equipment, but Bruce didn't.
I thought you meant a piss up.
We could do that too. Why can't we mix them both together?
I'm not going out drinking with you ever again, Bruce. You take liberties.
No, you can come up. Alex will give you a lift
Again.
and if he's got the keys for London, he can take you back as well.
We don't want him back.
Right.
No.
I think the electric said that. The electric said that, didn't they?
Right, are
They
we
did.
finished?
We are finished. Now, look, a couple of things then. So we've worked out, apparently you now need a premium Twitter account to stream live on there. And fuck that, we're not paying for that. And if you could make your way, if you watch us live, that's brilliant. Great to have you along. But could you all see yourself to downloading the podcast? Because apparently this money-making thing we got with TalkSport only goes on the audio download. So click subscribe, download it, and it will help Sam pay for his treble Baileys. Is that it? Double Baileys?
Baileys help pay for a lot more rent.
Sam,
Yes,
Sam,
electric.
will you be involved in choosing your replacement in the flat?
Well, I don't intend leaving the flat anytime soon. I'm not.
Squat. They can't squat. They're your mates.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to discuss housing contracts in public. But I don't know what the situation.
You've not got a free housing from a backhander that you got or something, have you, in the past?
No.
He's in one of those houses, isn't he? Yeah. So Sam, how many jobs have you applied for?
A number. I'm not telling you who I've applied for.
Why not?
People...
No, not
not
who.
gonna-
You didn't ask
Or
who.
where? Or where? I've
It
I'm
helped Hannah get a job, apparently.
Yeah,
Don't
but
know
I'm
why.
not. Fun enough, I don't think people at like right-wing lobbying agencies or whatever will tend to listen to the DN35 podcast.
Have they not seen our Brexit polls? Of course they should.
There's some left-wing ones do, mate. Come and join us.
Yeah, Charles Burnham.
That sounds a bit niche, Sam. Do you think you ought to be looking at other things as well?
Yeah,
No,
like,
there's a-
McDonald's.
There's I don't know.
Have you
I
applied
don't
for
want
anything
to talk.
abroad?
Bruce
No,
is going somewhere here.
I have to hand my key into London on my way out if I can apply to abroad.
Yeah.
No, I've not applied to any. I've not applied to anything abroad. I don't. You know, I've got a bit of time. I've got a bit of time under the winding up of the office, so I've applied to some stuff, but I'm not talking
Got a bit of
about
time
it.
scrounging.
If the
So
I'm
hang
not
on.
scrounging.
Are you currently working in Parliament? Currently?
No, I'm not. I've lost
Well, why am I
access.
paying you?
right, you don't have to
Sorry?
say anything. You don't have to say yes or no, Sam. Just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But how much did you make
No.
from betting on the date of the election?
I don't gamble.
Hey, can I just say that Sam, Mike, and myself were in a WhatsApp group because Bruce kicked us out of the DN35 one talking about
Yeah,
politics.
very true.
Hannah, do you remember Hannah kicked us out of the DN35 one last week? Yeah, because we were too busy discussing the cricket.
Sam, what is the name of our politics group? So if you were working in Parliament, what was the name of the WhatsApp group?
It was what was it? Well,
The
Do you remember
Chinese
what it
spy
is?
ring.
is that the one? Yeah, sorry. I knew it was Chinese something.
Chinese
Oh,
with
no,
a
this is
dog
going to
tag in,
jeopardize my.
apparently.
This is going to jeopardize my career. This.
Nice.
You said nobody. You said they won't listen a minute ago. You're busy all over the shop.
It's terrible, isn't it? It really is. Hannah says that the podcast actually helped her get a job. So, you know, it helps people in some way. And talking of helping people, the sweepstake raised something like 480 quid for the Disabled Supporters Trust, which was brilliant. Thank you to everyone. And thank you to everyone who, I'll tell you something, Nick did an exceptionally kind thing while also at the same time screwing absolutely everybody else over when he said, look, you can give my winnings to the group, which was lovely. It really was kind. But at the same time, if you're another person who's, because we ran two sweepstakes concurrently next to each other, if you won the big prize, you go, oh, for fuck's sake, Nick, I wanted that 100 quid. I was going to get a Chinese. I'm going to look a right twat if I don't give it now.
I'd have just put a little tweet. DM'd you.
Can we say I donated the money?
Yeah.
That money's resting in my account. It was very funny. Oh, it really was. I think we'll do a new flag as well for the season. Do we want to just do the same flag again? Do we want to just reprint it and mark it Mark II?
Can I have the keeper shape flag so I can replace my electoral map back there? Another thing reminding me of the glory days.
You are more than welcome to. As always, Sam, I do not follow through. I didn't contact the LMA, the League Managers Association, to give it to Paul Hurst, but now he's, trying to get the band back together again. I don't really think we need to.
Well, it could always come back again. You never know.
Daniel Lewis says Ryby Square is looking for more regulars, Sam.
That one from Southampton might mysteriously turn up.
Sorry, Daniel, if he went to Ryby Square, he'd end up owing
Have you
money.
stolen? Hang on, are you admitting you stole the flag?
Yeah. You're not missing anything. No, I
Hang
didn't
on.
steal the flag.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right. Anything for any more before we go, because it's quite late out here.
I want to go.
Camera's doing all right. Well, you can't.
I want to go. I want to go.
Do you know what? It's really nice to see you all again. I've missed all our random chats. This is like therapy.
What do you mean, man?
Therapy? Is that what you call therapy? Is this what therapy's meant to be? Abuse at my unemployment, calling me a scrounger.
You know what I found out? What I found out? Alex gets exceptionally bored whilst driving, so he'll ring you and have a brief 2-minute conversation. As soon as he's finished, he goes. Don't matter if you like. Oh, yeah, but here's what's happening with me. No, I've got to go, Mike. I've got to where I'm going.
This is quite sad story. My old boss used to do that. My old boss used to do that. You'd be driving and he'd just ring you, and of course it's your boss, so you've got to answer. You've got to listen to them for half an hour.
That's how Mike feels. As
He
well.
is the boss, isn't he? Yeah.
We're all screwed if I'm the boss. Well, there we go. Bruce, it's lovely to see you. I'm so sorry that Maisie rang rings round you.
Yeah, I need to go and get a shower now.
Mike, great to see you. You should really give those cups back into Surrey Cricket because they need them.
No, I nicked 4 of them. I mean, I borrowed 4 of them when I was there.
I think when you give them back, they gave money to charity, don't they? So why are you taking them out?
Because I'm an evil bastard.
Sam, I'm so sorry about your jobless woes, but it was an absolutely hilarious election night. Mike, what was your highlight of the election night?
So many. I don't have one.
Mine might have been Grant Shapps, actually. I quite liked watching him lose his seat.
Other ones. If I'd been a Labour voter, I'd have enjoyed seeing Mogg lose his seat. I found it all horrendous.
But just for everybody that thinks we completely hate Sam, I think we all did check in on you throughout the night, didn't we, Sam?
The exit poll came out. Alex's reaction was to go, "Sammy, you're dusting off your CV."
Yeah, no, Mike, I didn't check on him.
I checked in on. Well, I checked in on him.
Bruce, you sent me a lovely message the following day.
Yeah, because I went to bed. I'm not interested like you.
I think I sent the link.
I went to bed before polling closed.
I think I sent him the link to the Job Centre website.
So did I. You go fuck yourself now.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Bruce sent me a lovely message the day before. Mike said if we could hold one seat, it'll be yours. You just went, dust off your CV.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
No.
Sam, too soon, Alex, and that was it. Wasn't it for 4 days? You didn't do anything else.
No, I was too high. I was too high on the euphoria of it all.
You can't say that, Sam. You'll get me kicked out. I definitely didn't say that.
Being the centrist that I am.
No, you sent me a lovely message saying sorry about it all on a personal level. Alex just said. Alex just said.
You best be careful when Sam's driving around London, Alex. That's all I can say. And you're in town.
But Mr. London won't let him back in.
You'll be under one of them big red buses. Sam behind the wheel with his cap on backwards.
He's got to do a test to do the buses, though.
Nobody steals them.
No, we do, yes.
He'll be hitting you and runaway horses.
Right, can I ask everyone as well before they go? So
we're going, weren't we?
Hell.
Yeah,
we're going 15 minutes.
This was part of the admin part of it. So 3Q Nuts, who's kindly look after the podcast, have offered us their box during the Pizza Trophy games, and I don't want I still want to protest it, but I think it's a good opportunity to raise some money for charity. So it would be great to have people's thoughts on what they want to do with it, and how we can generate some cash. So you effectively get to use the box for the games. There's 2 games, isn't there, in the group stages? We won't get past the group stages, not how these pre-season friendlies are going. So if anyone's got any thoughts on that, it'd be great. Unless you think we would be besmirching the great name of the pizza trophy and the boycott by doing it. Because I think everyone's got mixed feelings on it, but I'd quite like to do it to raise some cash. Bruce is already leaving. That is it, I think. Busy weeks, everybody. So yeah.
No.
We'll see you all next Sunday, shall we?
Yeah, will we have enough content by in another week? We'll have signed all the players.
When's that ever stopped us?
I'll be honest. Yeah, let's be entirely honest. Maybe Bruce, we should do something together. We'll do a
cricket club.
We'll do the cricket club thing. Yeah, exactly. Right. We shall see you all later.
Let me know when it is. I'm free.
I
did say I'm going up, and no one said anything. Hannah just said, "Let's go for a drink." And can you check
a meal?
My route?
A meal. Did you hear that, Mike? Yeah, that's why we didn't get bloody. That's why you didn't get an invite, Sam. Hannah said, "Let's go for a meal, Alex."
I meant a drink.
On that bombshell. Good night.
Got that bombshell.
Right. We'll see you all later. Wonderful to see you all. Have a great week. See you later, guys.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be on a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got penalty here. There'll be fish flying about. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really